Hi. A very happy 2023. May it be as happy and healthy and adventurous and exciting and successful as you're wishing for. It's a while since I have done my first two videos, but my resolution to continue with this hasn't changed. Obviously, the time wasn't that easy for me because my mother's funeral was on the 23rd of December. And the time after that, Christmas done in a very different way than the years before. No gifting, no thinking of who could I, buy what whatsoever, and really spending the time to reflect and have a couple of really great days with family members, my wife, and discussing all the findings. As you will remember, if you have seen the first two videos, it is about, it's a reminder for myself to take the reflections and take the things I found, take the things which bother me for such a long period, and deal with them, and to remind myself what I have thought about them or said about them as I'm going forward, and hopefully some of the things might be helpful for somebody out there. So if only one person can use this for whatever else they do or whatever else they're going through, then this has not only a benefit for myself, but it has also a benefit for the crowd out there. Now, the first two videos obviously triggered with the death of my mom, kind of brought up or brought to surface things I have never been able to put in the right bucket in my life. And yes, it's easy to say this is the childhood, and all the things which went bad in the childhood obviously have an effect on your life. This is undoubtedly true, scientifically proven. But I will not use these videos to speak about my life as a kid. However, that life had an impact on something which I have just recently discovered, and was not able to pull on a particular place to have a better look at it. And that's the element of friendship or proximity, the element of trust, the element of who is a friend or not. Because somehow in my entire life, professional as personal, I have not been able to identify properly who's a friend and who's not. That might sound really weird if my friends are looking at this, but I try to explain this. Since my early days, I have realized that if you can't get love or care from the people you would expect it from, you try to get it somewhere else. In my case, I learned relatively early in my life that if I give people presents, they treat me nicely. And that could have been not just a gift, it could have been something really small, kind of if given something which I had for lunch at school, or something which my stepdad brought home and I could share with the people in my classroom. That made me popular and liked. And that feeling, which I haven't gotten in my childhood from my parents, because unfortunately I had a relatively violent upbringing. However, to cover that impression on one side, I have replicated that element of finding friends, so to speak, in the group which is surrounding me. What that unfortunately did with me is that I had a really hard time finding out who's a friend and who's not. Up till now, up till today, and I'm 53 years old, and I still struggle with it because I literally make everybody, in a way, a friend. And that makes it really difficult. And how do I make friends is I try to please everyone, because if I please everyone, then things are fine. I say yes to more things than I should do, regardless if it's clients or if it's people I know. because it still has that effect that if I do this, then people will like me. A couple of months ago, somebody asked me if I do these videos to be liked, and I said, well, no, this is not the main, that's not the main driver, although I have an issue with the element of being liked, because somehow I grew up with the feeling that I'm not. This is not just a made-up thing. It's really the element of how can somebody like you when you constantly get beaten, or when you never get recognized for things you have done in your life. My dad left me when I was 3 years old, so I literally don't have any memory with my real dad. And when I started developing memories with my real dad, I was 18 years old. So the whole process the whole thing in the middle is literally non-existent for me. So in that time, I was alone with my mother. My mother had all kinds of challenges, and some of the challenges is that, you know, there's never enough money and whatever. So it's very stressful kind of time. And I learned that, okay, when I can't get it here, I have to get it somewhere else. And I did all kinds of crazy shit, which I just realized very, very recently. All the nonsense I have accepted, getting hit just to be, you know, allowed in the cool gang, and I'm, you know, started to be more funny than I should, just because if I'm the funny guy, then that helps. And I was never a great sports guy, so I had to kind of maneuver myself around here. And I have not, there is no psychological analysis in what I tell you here. It's literally telling myself what my findings are. But the worst of things in this is that behavior from early days on triggered the incapability to keep things, because I never have the feeling that I deserve them. I can watch 1,000 comments and quotes and social media remarks. People can say great things about me or stuff I have done great. It doesn't land. I cannot take it, because I still believe I'm not worth it. And the worst of things is that has a significant effect, and had a significant effect on my personal wealth. Money was never allowed to be with me. I had to give it away. And that doesn't necessarily meant that I have given it away, donated it. No, I spent it. Because when I spent it, I felt, so I bought myself a certain level of importance, or, you know, friends and being liked and recognition, and, you know, just, ooh, you bought this thing, oh, this is really cool. And with 53 years, I'm sitting now here and thinking, this is total rubbish. I have not made much for myself because I have never felt that I deserve it. And one of the things I swore to myself with the transition into this year is, this is gonna change. I have committed myself to focus on myself and the feelings I have for others, wherever they're real. Try not to make friends out of everybody, because not everybody is a friend. My clients are not friends. Your potential colleagues are not friends, they're colleagues. And if you look long enough, you might actually find out that not everybody who says nice things about you is automatically a friend. But at the same time, I try to find me more likable, if that makes any sense. Because I do not like me. And I'm this might sound absurd for people which are actually knowing me, but I don't like me. I have so many things about myself which I think are ridiculous and not good, and I should be better. I have no ability to pause, look at the success I had and say, well, this is what you've done. Other people can tell me, but it's literally, I just wave it away and say, oh, no, it's not big enough. I have to do something bigger. I have committed myself to change that. And I'm very, very positive that I will find a way to do so. So I'll take the start of 2023 to like myself more, try not to make everyone a friend, care about my friends more, but also be more open to let them take care of me when they feel like it. Try to listen to recognition, try to feel it when it's there and seize the moment, versus constantly carrying on and thinking that the best thing is coming tomorrow. The best thing might actually have happened today and you have missed it because you were so focused on whatever else is coming next week. And it happens to me in vacations and in trips and in dinners and in other meeting friends, because in my head I was always a step ahead. So to all my friends which might listen to this, I'm really sorry for this, but I'm working on it and I'm pretty sure I'll find a way to do so. It needed a very tragic incident to take the time to think of this. So I'll take my 2023 as hopefully a way to change my life into the person I always wanted to be, without the unnecessary action to buy myself likes and friends, because these are false friends. That's that. So that said, I wish you all a fantastic year, and stay tuned because there is more to come. Thank you very much. Bye.